Okay, everyone, it's me. I am doing a little arts and crafts thing. I am taking little flower pots and gluing them together at the bottom. I'm doing them like this, bottom to bottom. And then on the bottom of one, we will attach one of these. And we will attach one on top. So I'm having to do all of this with something called Gorilla Glue. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. And one thing about this glue is that it kind of expands. So right here, I have two of them together. And you have to keep watching it, because the whole time it's drying, it's expanding. And I want to keep the little groove where they are going to be connected. I want to keep it clean. I don't want no runs or drips or any of that stuff. So it's like a constant thing while it's that color, the color like it is in here. But once it starts turning like a very frothy, light yellow, kind of like well, not white like styrofoam, but just a yellow. It's pretty much done, but you got to just constantly. I don't know why this glue expands. And, yeah, so I am going to make candle holders out of them. I hope you can see that. Maybe I should bring it down here. Show all my mess. But yeah, I'm going to make, it will kind of end up looking like this when it's all done. And, see? I mean, it will. That's where the stickers were. I had a heck of a time getting them off of there. And I didn't get it all the way off. But that's okay. We're going to be painting them. So. Woo! The phone almost decided to take a leap. Okay. Now. Apparently you cannot zoom out while you're recording. Or I had before, but anyway, it will end up kind of looking like that. Let me pause and I'll go get I'll take you and show you some. Okay, everyone. So right here is one I did a few years back. This is just a battery candle. And you see how they're attached here at the bottom to bottom, and then top to the little saucer thing that holds the overflow of water. And all of this technique I did on this was used with a sponge. And I actually put my initials on it, DC. I don't know if you can see that. DC. And this one was number 5. I think I did 7 of them. And I gave some away. And here is another. And it's a little bit bigger one. You always want to make sure these two pots, flower pots, are the same size. And you can see what a seamless little thing where, I spent a lot of time doing it. This one right here is kind of my favorite. I like this one. It's the little flower pots like I'm using in there. And I can feel where the stickers were on these. But you know what? I used a sponge. I did a sponge technique. And they turned out, I think it turned out fabulous. So, yeah, whoops. Put that back over there. Put that candle back in there. And I keep these on my coffee table. There, that's a little bit better view. And I'm constantly just going like this, trying to keep them in line. Just going around it. Making sure that none of the glue is oozing out. And it looks like this one's going to do okay. I tried to put, let me show you on the bottom of this one. I tried to put the glue like behind this little line. That way when I did put the pressure of the other one on there, that it just barely pushes it out to here. So sometimes, like when you look on the inside of them, like where they have that little hole, you'll begin to see that little bit of glue kind of, you know, pop up through there. But that doesn't matter because it's going to be covered up with one of these. But you can't attach it. It takes days to do just one. So, right now I'm trying to get these glued together. And it doesn't look like I'm going to have any drips or anything. That right there just kind of sunk into the clay pot. And, yeah, I think it looks cute. And if you're very artistic, you can, well, actually, I do have some more in there I did. I keep a couple by my bed. They're actually got little, they're red and green like for Christmas, but I didn't care. I just put some battery candles in them, and yeah. This in here is going to have a fairly big top on it. But yeah. Usually when I start to attach this, of course I have to turn it upside down. And once this is dry and I can attach it, I can, I usually put my Gorilla Glue like just on the inside there, so that when I turn it over to put it on top of that, I better set that down. I better set these down before I end up knocking them over and breaking them. And yeah, I do that so that I'll have less oozing out. So, yeah, this right here so far, in about, I don't know, every 3 to 5 minutes, I come and check. And if I see something, I mean, I don't see anything, but if I did, I would do this with this Q-tip. If I don't end up knocking it over. It's hard trying to, but yeah. As you can see, it's still loose. So it's going to take quite a while for it to glue. Like I said, usually just to glue these 4 pieces, the bottom and the top, it takes, well, it usually takes a day for each piece. A day for this, a day for that. So about 3 days each. So, yeah. So, yeah. I'll keep updating as I do the steps, and the painting goes pretty quickly because I use arts and crafts paint, and it's acrylic, so it usually dries pretty fast. Usually the first coat sinks into this clay because I don't really seal it. I just paint it. But you could do whatever you want. Okay, everyone, I thought, why not go ahead and do the rest of these, and I'll do this on camera. So, I put a little bit of this around here. Oops. And there. And you just sit it on there, and then I give it a little press. And I figured, since I'm doing this one, why not do all of them? If you don't want to use a, you know, if you don't have any, you can use a paper towel, but before you make sure it's lined up and mash, if anything. I think I'm going to have to add some more to that one because it's just not, I don't think I added enough. So, let's go ahead. And thank goodness I had these old papers from a couple of years ago. I've been cleaning out stuff and just, whoop, uh-oh. There. Potomac. Let's see. Sorry, I'm watching TV. Or listening to it. I am watching it. But. So. We just put them there. And, oops. But yeah, you can like I said, press down on it and take a paper towel and rub. That's just where I got some on my finger. And can you see it's still wet? Let me check this one. See if any is trying to run or ooze out. So, no. Let me check this one, because I did get quite a bit more on that one. Just don't want it running out and creating want them as even as possible. So I am going to get off here and I was just showing you yeah. So, I'll be back with another part of it. Okay, everyone. So, I put a little rim of glue in there. And I made some marks. And I would have done it on camera, but it's just too hard. Holding. There. So, I'm going to glue the bottoms down. So, I just wanted to let you see me putting one, and I'm going to do the other two, but I can't film it. Okay, everyone. Step 2 is done. Now, the next step is to glue this to there. And thank goodness that's got a little groove there. So that helps me get it totally centered. And then once that is glued, which I can't do that on camera, instead of, because, I don't know if you'll notice on this one, I did get a little overflow. I kept trying to clean it and stuff, but I think I pretty well got it. There's a couple little nibbles here. Oh, that just fell off. I've been taking a screwdriver, just an itsy bitsy little screwdriver, and trying to scrape it to smooth it out. And actually, if when I paint it, it looks kind of goopy, since this is going to be the bottom and it's going to be seen. quite a bit. I will, I don't know, still have some pieces of broken, like, plastic bead necklaces. Anything I can just put around there, glue it around to decorate it up, to make them look more elegant and fancy. So, on to step 3, and I'll have to do that off camera, but I'm actually thinking about putting the glue here instead of up inside there, because it really wants to run really bad and ooze out here. So I figure if I start it back here, make a circle of it back here, and just take my finger and slowly just tap it around and then rub some on the rim of this, that it will hopefully prevent any more oozing of the Gorilla Glue. That's so funny, right here it did not turn that white puffy like it did at the bottom. I don't understand it. I thought, oh good, they've changed the formula, it doesn't do that anymore. But no, that wasn't the case. So I will move on to step 3. And when I got it done, I will get more video of that. Okay, everyone, so I added the glue, and I thought that I would, here's what I'm going to do, is gently rub some of it out here, gently. And then I will get some of this. Debbie. I went too far to the outside. And then I am going to take some of that from down there. And I am just going to do this because I have found with this Gorilla Glue, a little goes a long way. Sorry about my dog and catty bowls. My animals' food bowls over there. So, this is my kitchen, so that's where I do feed my animals. So, yeah. Yeah, I made a mistake. I think I put way too much glue on the others. And I always seem to do that. And then when it comes to the top, I should always do the top first and the bottom. That way, once they're turned up the way they should be, it's not as messy. So, I'm going to do the rest of these. I already put the glue out there, and I'll get them on, and I'll be back. Okay, everyone, I've got them placed. I had to take a break and clean my finger. I think I rubbed that one out just a little bit too far. So, it's the same process, just to keep going around, giving it a few minutes, waiting and watching. And, yeah. So, like I said, now it's just the waiting game. Waiting for them, and then once I decide on the cup, once they're dried, like tomorrow, and then the next day, I can start looking at all my craft paints and seeing what I want to do, what colors I want to paint them. And so I will be back later for the progress on these drying. Let me go to this side. Yep. everything's looking okay. Like I said, it's just, we want to keep such a neat line. I really hate that I did the bottoms. Here I got busy kind of into a YouTube video and forgot to keep checking on it. And well, it was my fault. That's why that at the top or the bottom ended up looking ugh. But yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, everyone. Actually, so far, I'm not getting any oozing out of the glue. I think the way I done it, let me get out of the light. The way I done that this time, that may have been what I've done on some of the others. But, yeah, it's working. I know they look a hot mess. Trust the process. And yes, I know I having my title nails, but you know what? It doesn't mean that I can't do other things. I mean, I've done tons of unboxings. I've done nail videos and just little adventure videos. So this is some arts and crafts. I mean, you know, just because you put a title on your YouTube channel does not mean you can't do other things. I see other people doing other things and then they fuss about people doing other things and like, it's a nail channel. You said it's a nail channel and you're not doing nails. I'm at a dry spot with ideas. I just feel like everything's been done. And until I come up with something really creative, I'm not going, or what I think is creative. Some people might not think it is. Boy, I wish I would have done this up here that way. I wouldn't have had to. It's been probably 10 minutes. And so far, no oozing. That sounds kind of disgusting. Oozing. I meant the glue itself is oozing. Yeah. Alright. And I can tell, look, I can't even move them. So, I know they're starting to dry and stick. So, I'll be back with another step. Okay, everyone. They're all done and ready to be painted. Now, to figure out what color to paint them is the problem. Since they're very symmetrical, I have two the same size and one larger in the middle. So, what color shall I paint them? I've done tons of different colors on others that I got rid of. I actually did a beautiful turquoise one. I can't remember who I gave that to. Let's see. I will have to ponder on what color. Since I want to make them like a set, and I'm thinking of putting these on my coffee table, and the others, at least two of those in there, I might just give away to some of my family or friends that might want them. So, oh, I remember that one in there I painted that beautiful blue, and then I took a little cut piece of sponge and stippled over it with gold. I took and sprayed gold spray paint onto a piece of, like this. I did it outside because of this, you know, the spray paint. And then I just okay, we'll see. Let me think about the colors. Okay, everyone, now I have got my paints. I'm going to paint them brown, and then I'm going to do with my little piece of sponge, I am just going to do a dabbing motion. Just like I did on some of the others, because I think it just makes it look kind of very regal and almost antique-ish in my opinion. And hopefully this will cover good. I hope. This is the only one I actually had real problems with. It's because I walked away and I stayed just a little bit too long. But I did get it smoothed down. And, yeah. There. So, I've got my paint. I've got my gloves. And I've got my brush. So, before you know it, just like that. Okay, everyone, I have the first coat of paint on them, except for the inside of the bottom or top that they're sitting on. So, yeah, it's going to take overnight, or well, till tomorrow for them to dry. Uh-oh, I see a spot I missed. How did I miss that? I see that. Well, I'll have to grab some paint and touch that up. Let's see. Grab this little brush. And let me see. I don't think I can do this. And, well, I'm just going to get off here and I'll touch that up. Hello, everyone. Okay, now we're on to the stippling part. I have just been working on doing the stippling. So, let me kind of slide that one over there so you guys can get an idea of how I do this. See, I put some paint. This, I'm just going to dab a few times just to put a hint of color in there. And then I will go back over top of it. I'm doing 3 colors. This color, gold, it's a very light one, as you can see. And then this one's more of a coppery, deeper gold. And I am doing this color, blue. I'm sorry the writing is so small I can't. Oh, probably got it too close. Let's try that again. This is an old gold paint that I have had for, I could not tell you how long. This is very shiny and metallic-y. As you can see by looking at the top of that. Actually, I got it just a little heavy, but that's okay. This is not a perfect size. And this blue, I'm just going to go and like dab around. And then after these have dried, that first one. And then I am going to do this more antique-y coppery gold. Wish I had my glasses so I could tell you the colors. Let's see. All my paints, I had to throw a bunch of them away because they were no good. They had dried up. I just don't do arts and crafts like I used to. Here. I found myself a magnifying glass. Okay. The first gold we did, let's see if I can find a name on it because it is quite old. It says it's non-toxic. It says on it, this is that brand Folk Art. It says crystal gold, crystal acrylic color 6676. Oh, the paper's all wrinkled. INCA gold. Artisan quality. So I assume That is it. I mean, I'm sure they don't. I'd say this bottle of paint is every bit as old, 10 years old. I wouldn't doubt. Because a lot of these I still have from the same brand. And I mean, well, actually, I had them. Oh my God, they're about 20 years old. Because I had these, I won't say all of these colors, probably the ones I threw away, for now close to 20 years. Can you believe that? They've been in this basket in a drawer up there. And staying out of the light. So I guess that's why they last so long. Okay, and the blue I am going to put on there. Do they all say that? No, wait. This is called Bermuda Blue. I mean, well, it doesn't say blue, but it is a blue. It is spelled B-E-R-M-U-D-A. And that's the color, which it is beautiful. And this one is, I just looked at it, Sun Tone. So it's a deeper gold. So, yeah. So, I just thought I'd hop on here and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Now, I took a sponge, one of them that kind of, you stick in water and it swells up. And I cut just itsy bitsy little pieces. As you can see, it's not a big one. So, what I'm doing is, it's a little damp. I'm dipping it in there. And I'm just doing this. Just stippling. Oh, didn't get enough gold. And I know it looks super bright, but once I add this darker gold, I will camouflage some of that. So I go around the edges. Oh, last night I kind of did those little rings. I do that to all of them, no matter what color I paint them. I always put just a dab of I'm doing underneath. Oop, my paint. This is acrylic, so it is starting to dry on me. So I have to move kind of fast, but I wanted to get just a little bit of this on here to let you see how I get this effect. Let me set it down there. And then I'll just turn it. I thought I got out too much paint, but you know what? Well, no, I probably did. That's okay. It needed to be used up. Even if I waste some of this, it doesn't matter. It's getting old, and yeah. So I wish it had a name on this gold. And it doesn't matter if you get more gold in some spots than the other, because let's see, I did that one first. I have to get around this rim, and then the only part I have to do is in underneath the inner part, like the top. And yeah, so okay. Now let me set that back over that way. Let me get this in. Oh, come on. Slide over there. I'm trying to slide it out of the way without picking it up. I think I moved everything. Okay. Now. Okay. Turning my camera on my little stand. Okay. Now. I've got the blue. Now. Oh! Let me lay that gold one off of there. Okay, now, the blue. The sponge is wet. Just damp. I mean, you know, it's not like wringing wet. So I pull some of the paint up here, and I just kind of stipple it out. Because I don't want it to be too harsh. So, with this, I want to go sparingly. I'm just going to go boop, 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 boop. We're really going to space these out. Because we just want, see, just a hint of it in there. Around the edges. Whoop. And underneath. We'll get some more. And yeah. And once we cover up with the other gold, you will just barely see pokes of that sticking out. I mean, I don't know who created this little, taking clay pots and the little saucers and, well, they're ceramic. Are they ceramic or clay? They're clay, aren't they? You can see them orangey yellow clay pots that usually are pretty cheap. So, there. And you can see the blue, and then once I go over it with that darker gold, you will not be able to tell. So, this will probably be kind of a long video. I mean, because I've got the process of how I put all these together. Let's see. So, I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to do the blue on these other two before it dries up on my little plate. So, I'll talk to you in a bit when it comes time to... because I'm going to try to get this process done today on this parts that are seen. And then tomorrow, I'll let them dry overnight. And tomorrow, I will do the underneath. And that's where I like to put my little initials. And sometimes I put the date that I finished them. That way, if they ever get in somewhere, you know, people say, hey, somebody actually made these. So, yeah, I made these totally. I mean, I didn't make the clay pots. Let's face it, I'm not, God, I'm not that talented. But, yeah. So, I will talk to you all again in a bit. So, let me take my glove off so I don't get gold paint on my phone. So, talk to you in a bit for the next part of the video.